Happy March Madness. Happy Wonder Madness. Happy Monday. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night to however, wherever, and whyever you're receiving this. This is the Wunderfan Show. I am your host, Henry Markin. Of course, the Wunderfan Show, sponsored by the Wunderfan app. But I think you figured that out. Wow. This is March. It's so cheesy. It's so cliche and perhaps overused. Definitely overdone. And yet it never gets old. Never. Impossible. This is like the best. It's the best time of the year. Sports-wise, it's one of the best times of the year. Every season starting is really fun and every playoffs are really fun, but there's just something special about how these next couple of weeks play out, how they react one another, and when teams get hot, and then as like emotionally, I think that these next few weeks are probably the most emotional for sports fans, at least across America. Definitely the most emotional for sports fans because of how easy it is to get involved, how easy the barriers to entry to participate, to give a shit. They've never been easier, ever. Because the NFL playoffs, your season could be done week one. In fact, if you're the Cleveland Browns, your season's effectively done every draft day. If you're, baseball, it's a long season, and so it's kind of like an investment all year, and you can get high at the end. And of course, everyone has a chance, but it's way too long to really sweat over. And the same with the basketball season. But then again, with the NBA, you have a real opportunity to win a finals, within the first month of the year. Like you can see, okay, that's a finals team. Like a team can get hot, I guess, make the playoffs, but they're not going to beat the 1 seed. Like, let's be real. March Madness, yes. In fact, it's so cool because you could be dead in the water right now. Your season could be just an official tank. And if you just get hot and win your tournament, you win your conference tournament, you're in. It's the greatest gift I think sports has ever offered. March Madness. Men's, women's, it doesn't matter. It's the same. It's the same craziness. It's the same level of urgency. It's the same stress. Financially, you're screwed. No matter what you do, you're going to lose. And yet we do it anyways. It's like the best drug we could ever use. Well, says someone who doesn't really use drugs ever, unless it's like sold at CVS, and I'll take it, right? Like Claritin. I'll use Claritin when the grasses are really, growing. But yeah, that's my drug usage is Claritin Clear. Okay, enough about my drug consumption because there is none. Let's talk about all the great things that are happening in the world of Wunderfan right now. Last week we gave away $1,000. And we will be doing that again this week, or I should say this hour. We'll be giving away cash rewards for $1,000 to lucky winner who entered the contest. And when I mean cash rewards, I do mean $1,000 Visa gift card will be going to one lucky person. Very excited to see how this all plays out. We had a ton of entries again. Awesome. Really cool to see that sort of participation. We are still a growing app, and we're increasing our user base by thousands every single week. Our followers are increasing. Guys, thank you. Thank you. That's all. I know there are a lot of people besides me that are working hard on behalf of Wunderfan, the Wunderfan machine. But this is it's really fun to see this all come together. And I'm bummed it's just me that gets to be sort of the voice and the face, as good looking as I am. But there is a lot of effort behind this via many different people, and I'm very grateful for them, and we're all grateful for you. So with that being said, let's take a look at a few things. First, have to mention, today is the start of Wonder Madness. Okay, you might have seen on social media, we put out some posts. It's happening. This is March. So all month long, there is a huge worldwide contest because Wunderfan is worldwide. There is a worldwide contest. Who can earn the most Wonder? That's it. That's it. Like there's no raffle. It's just if you're using the app, whoever earns the most Wonder in the month of March, that person gets $5,000 or a trip to the men's Final Four. So I'll say it again. It's really cool. It's a really cool contest because you could track the live rankings in real time. We have a website, and I will put it in the chat right now. Check out this link. It's called league.wunderfan.com. It's freaking fantastic. It's so awesome. Like our tech guys are just so good. So here we go. We got a live ranking leaderboard right here. I'm putting in the chat. Here we go, chat. Boom. All right. So the link's there. Check out the link. It's the same link. It's the Wunderfan League. So it's Wonder Madness. Wonder Madness is a league, and it keeps up with a live ranking in real time of people earning at the end of the month, March 30th. That's right when the Elite Eight's done. So Sunday, March 30th, the contest is over. And whoever is number one is getting $5,000 or 2 tickets to the Final Four. It's awesome because anyone has a real shot. Just like every team in all of college basketball, everyone has the same chances because you got to win the X amount of games, and some teams are better and some people have the app. But at the end of the day, if you get hot, you're in. Your ticket's punched just like this. Doesn't matter what you've done before. It doesn't matter how many times you've made a video that's been featured on the Wunderfan page. None of that matters. It doesn't matter if you've won nothing, if you've never redeemed anything. From now on, whoever earns the most Wonder wins Wonder Madness. A whole field down to just one winner, kind of like March Madness. Go figure. So let's take a look right now. Here are the live rankings. Again, so league.wunderfan.com. It gives you in real time, up-to-date live rankings of how people are doing. Check it out. It's got a real countdown. So that countdown pretty much goes till the end of the day of March 30th. So when that countdown is 0, whoever is number one, they will win $5,000 or 2 tickets to the Final Four. It's your choice. And then everyone else, there's 2,000 Wonder, 1,000 Wonder. There's prizes for who gets between 2nd and 10th place. And these aren't nothing, by the way. 2,000 Wonder can get you pretty much anything you want on the Wunderfan shop. Same with 1,000 Wonder. I mean, I don't think it can't get you a new car yet. But yeah, so right now I'm just looking. LeBron James. That may be the real LeBron James, by the way. I don't know. There's no way to confirm that it's not. So for the sake of argument, LeBron is winning. He's used to that. He does a lot of winning. He's been doing that quite a while. But yeah, check this out. It's awesome because here's everyone that's kind of, I guess, in contention. You have people down at the bottom of this, and I don't know if this is 20th or 30th place, but 160 Wonder. So right now we have LeBron James, his 280 Wonder is in first place. Lily P, 240 Wonder, second place. CJ, Zig, Henry, not me. It's not me. These guys are all right at the top. So it's super cool. Really, really awesome when we got this going. Very excited about this. Again, you must download the Wunderfan app to even participate. And once you participate, check out the live rankings in real time. It shows you exactly where you'd be. You know, you can see how you compare to other earners across the planet, around the world. This is a worldwide thing. Yeah, Wunderfan is global, which is insane. But yeah, just to reiterate, today is the first official day of Wonder Madness. The winner at the end of the month, March 30th, whoever has the most Wonder wins $5,000 or 2 tickets to the men's Final Four. Yeah. Yeah. I know. You're welcome. You are welcome. Pretty cool stuff. The contest, it ends at the end of the day after the Elite Eight is all played out. Pretty much when March Madness is kind of done. Not that the Final Four doesn't really matter, but like it's like a real sadness, right? When the Elite Eight is all figured out and there's only 4 teams left, it's still really cool to watch the 2 games on that Saturday and then the 1 game on that Monday night. It's amazing because you could get some great games. And it's so awesome to see, follow these teams all throughout and like watching a 1 seed play a 12 seed or like a 15 seed. It's still a David and Goliath deal. It's awesome. It's really, really cool. But let's be real. March Madness, first round, Thursday, Friday, and then Saturday and Sunday of that first week. So I guess rounds 1 and 2. There's no sport that can compete with that level of stress, emotion, madness, the hysteria behind them. Like, don't Americans have the worst productivity of the year besides holidays during that time? Nobody's working. Who cares? Oh, yeah, I'll get to that email. I'll circle back when I have a chance. What? No, you won't. That thing's not getting done till Monday, if that. No way. No way. It's so cool. I think if we were to rank the postseasons, just pure postseasons, I'm not saying the sports. I'm just saying the way that you do these, postseasons or like the big celebrations. I think March Madness has got to be number 1. This is my ranking at least. Don't take this as fact. March Madness is probably number 1. I think the FIFA World Cup, just because of how it has the world watching, like in the first few days of the World Cup, it's got that March Madness feel, right? It's still, you got to love soccer, but it is amazing to see all the things that happen in the first few days, the first games and group play of World Cup. That's spectacular. Then it turns into that bracket, the elimination stuff. That's incredible. I think March Madness probably takes the cake just because of how just crazy it can be. Because sometimes upsets don't really happen in the World Cup. Like the good teams just beat the hell out of the bad teams and the good teams stay hot. The bad teams get wiped away. The mid teams lose to the good teams. But March Madness, anybody can beat anybody. So I think March Madness is 1. Probably go you know what? Screw it. Let's get global sports out of it. Let's just keep American postseasons. So national stuff, national sports postseasons. Give me March Madness at the 1. I think you got to go. I think MLB playoffs are probably 2. And I'm not a baseball guy. I like the Giants. I love San Francisco baseball. But I can't just watch Rays Orioles for the love of the game. Like I can watch Hornets versus Pelicans because I love basketball. I also love to gamble on basketball. And it's really easy to love basketball when you're betting on basketball. But you take away gambling, I can still watch NBA games at night. I'm a hoop junkie. I just love good basketball. Maybe not the Wizards. And maybe the Hornets are a bad example because they're damn near the Wizards. Any team but the Wizards and the Hornets, I can watch basketball on a nightly basis in the NBA. But playoff baseball, there's just something like kind of like March Madness where any team, if you're in the playoffs, can win the whole thing. You can get hot and be so good and just like you cannot lose. We see it every year. Some team that was clinging to life all season long just gets hot August, September, and then they just don't lose. They beat everybody. That's usually how it goes. Last year with the Dodgers, where it's like, okay, the Dodgers got hot at the end of the year, but it was like, if they didn't win the World Series, there was going to be riots in LA, kind of similar to the last series of riots in LA, which are not good. Those were bad, really bad. I don't think there's that same urgency. There's not that same stress in the NFL. Definitely not in the NBA. I think the NBA playoffs are still amazing. And I think the NBA playoffs for what they're worth, can be better than the NFL playoffs. I think a series, sometimes these series work out way better than just single elimination, just because you can get great games in the series. And it's like, oh, I want more. I want more. And then all of a sudden you get more and you have game 7 and game 7's like, what? You know? Sometimes in the NFL playoffs, you just get utter dismantlings. Like there was a year about 3 years ago, I think it was 2021. That was the year that every single game in the NFL playoffs was decided by one score or fewer. In fact, I think every single game in the divisional round was decided by a field goal or less. That's awesome. We did not get any of that this year. No, not a chance. And it wasn't anyone's fault. I don't think you could blame anybody. But like the Commanders dismantled the Lions. Then the Eagles dismantled the Commanders. And then the Eagles dismantled the Chiefs. You can get that all postseason long. We got a couple great games. Chiefs, Bills was awesome. That broke the record for most eyeballs on the AFC Championship ever. Ratings have never been higher. Great. But, the other games weren't so great. Like, do you remember when the Texans played the Chargers? I don't give a shit. Then the Texans lost to the Chiefs the next week because somebody needed the Chiefs to make a lot of wins happen in the playoffs. I'm not saying who, but somebody needed the Chiefs. I think it was Roger Goodell. Yeah, I don't know. I think and it's crazy because I think the NFL is the best league. The NFL is definitely the best league. Just every week. It's once a week. Everything's leading up to Sunday or Monday or Thursday or whenever you play. Sometimes Saturdays. And you lose. All right, let's get it going next week. It's very easy to get behind the NFL. It's a very easy product to follow. Very easy to see if your season is going up, down, nothing. And then it gets exciting near the end because you need X, Y, and Z to happen to make the playoffs. And then if you don't make the playoffs, it's like, all right, let's focus on the offseason, the draft, trades. And then you get excited. And then it, like if you're bad in the NFL, you can always come back. It's easy. I think it's easier to make good things happen in short amounts of time in the NFL than it is in the NBA, because in the NBA, you have teams that have been horrible forever. And sometimes it's like they draft and they get a few different guys and you change the coach and you can't get the stink out of it, right? They're still just stuck. It takes like 3, 4, 5 years of great draft picks before all those guys that you gambled on sort of paid off. All those prospects, all those rookies. Like it took the Thunder a while to get where they're at. The Thunder were bad for years, really bad for a couple of years, like 3 years in a row. They were bottom, and they just started loading up on draft picks, and they got a little better. And then they got the 1 seed last year. They got zapped by Dallas. They're going to get the 1 seed again this year. They're probably going to lose again, but they're close. You can see the ascension. They're ascending up. Trending's always going in the up direction. I think they need 1 more year of experience. I don't think they're going to do it this year in the playoffs. I don't think they got it. I think this is definitely the year we see the Lakers or the Warriors or Denver. I don't think Memphis has it either. I think Memphis got hot, stayed hot, cooling off, probably won't get hot. And Houston is done spiraling. The Clippers spiraling. You had a chance. You had an opportunity. And now you're blowing it. In fact, let's take a look at the standings in the NBA right now. Last time I checked, the Warriors, who lost a heartbreaker in Philly. They play tonight against Charlotte. They'll win, and then they'll take the 6th seed right back from LA, the Clippers. The Clippers play tonight? They do not. They play tomorrow night in Phoenix Phoenix is in trouble. Phoenix is very close to just, I don't want to say getting eliminated, but like, you only have 14 games this month and then 9 games or 8 games the last month. So, you gotta, kind of got to put together a little bit of a win streak at some point and, take control of your season. Wow, the Lakers have the 2 seed. OKC, Lakers, Denver, Memphis. That is crazy to see. The Lakers have won 6 in a row. God, the Warriors, they really should have won. That was a bummer. I still think the Warriors can walk away this month with like the 4 or 5 seed for sure. Houston lost 1. Memphis has lost 2. Yeah, you gotta make something happen with one of those. I mean, Minnesota won't be the 8 seed forever. In fact, Minnesota is probably going to go on a run. Yeah, I bet you Houston, Memphis, and LA Clippers all take a nosedive. And the Warriors and Minnesota rise up. I think that will happen. But yeah, that's my favorite. Those are probably my playoff rankings. March Madness, MLB playoffs. Give me NBA playoffs over the NFL. And then I don't really like hockey. So I just don't care. I know people say hockey playoffs are like the best playoffs, but like you still got to know what's going on. You can't just show up and be like, oh, I like this hat. Therefore, I'm a big Lightning fan. Like March Madness, you can get behind these teams because they're all kids and there's these different storylines. Like McNeese State, you got Amir Khan, the student manager, who is awesome. And then you got Sister Jean with Loyola Chicago every year, the 100-year-old, I don't know, priest adjacent, the nun. It's stuff like that you're just like, okay, well, that team's never going to lose. That's what I think March Madness is all about. I think we got it wrong. March Madness isn't about who has the best team. Never been that way. Who's got the best story, right? Oh my God, I sounded like that goddamn ending to Game of Thrones. Ugh. But you get my point. Like I've seen plenty of really good teams with amazing players get zapped in the first round, and obviously you need a good player. You need good players to lead you to games. But like, I think about Jack Golke last year for Oakland. The story was when he make like 12 threes, 10 threes, 9 threes, made 9 threes against Kentucky. He couldn't miss. That's a story you can't beat. And Kentucky had Dillingham and who was that point guard Shepard and a few other guys. Like that's a team that's trying to win the whole thing. They could win all of March Madness and they lost in the first round to Jack Golke, who no one's ever heard of because he had 9 threes. I mean, that's March. Go back a year or two ago. Let's just look at March Madness. Who is, 2024 March Madness bracket. Here we go. Completed bracket. Yeah. Oh my God. I mean, take your pick. Last year was all about the storylines. You got friggin' DJ Burns of NC State played hero ball every single day. Remind you, NC State was a team of destiny. Their coach was going to get fired. They then win 7 in a row going into the ACC tournament, win the whole goddamn thing. He gets a bonus, huge bonus, and then they just don't lose. NC State just never lost. They beat everyone. They beat Tech, and then they beat Oakland because they didn't have to play Kentucky. And then they beat Marquette, and then they beat Duke, and then they lost to Purdue. He got killed. But you get my point. It's the stories. The stories are better than the team sometimes. The stories outplay the players. Let's look at the year before. Just going to bring tears to my eyes. One shining moment. Da, 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 da. It's pretty good. Is this 2023? Okay. Oh my God. 2023 was a terrific March Madness. That was, remember this Final Four? 9-seeded Miami played 4-seeded UConn. On the other side, 9-seeded FAU played 5-seed SDSU. Not a single 1-seed in sight. Beautiful. God, that was awesome. So many stories in there. You had like Dusty May and FAU, and those guys were kicking ass, flying high, banging threes. Miami beat Texas, and everyone had Texas. Everyone. Sometimes every year it's like, you don't want to be that guy that has all 1 seeds, right? If you have all chalk, you're just a shrew. Like you're literally done. It's over. You're not going to get all 1 seeds. So sometimes people will be like, "Ooh, I'm going to take this 2 seed because it looks better than a 1 seed." Right? Aesthetics are a key. You want to see a ton of upsets. You're like, "No, this doesn't look bloody enough, and it's way too chalky." Right? I can't be the only one that thinks like that, right? When I look at my bracket and if I just see a bunch of just favorites, it's like, I panic at the end. I just have some crazy ass team just go all the way because it's like, well, they have to. It's March. And then they lose in the first round because some other crazy team did it. You're like, no, I was this close. Like the strategy was there, but it was the wrong team. Every year, it's March Madness and then it's March Sadness. Like March Sadness hits within 3 days. It's amazing. It's amazing how it works out. It's such a good postseason. Oh, it's terrific. And Wonder Madness can hopefully accent that in such a way that it elevates both, right? We had a really good week last week in the Big Ten. We got thousands of new users. We're real excited to have you guys on board. It's only going to get better. Is there anything more I should talk about? Oh, I mentioned the reporter beef over the weekend, the Jordan Schultz versus Ian Rappaport, and it's Monday. Nobody cares. I think those kind of stories are why the past couple weeks were probably the slowest in sports, because we talk about this. Summers are summers. Sure, the sports cycle is a little slow sometimes. It's summer. Go outside. Go to the beach. Go for a run. Or go to a baseball game and not watch and drink beers with your buddies. Or go for a bike ride. Or swim. Or go for a hike. Or play with your kids. Or your family. Hang out with your family. Or not. Go to the bar and get fucked up. But my point is, people are like, the summer's the slowest. No, it's not. It's summer. We're lucky to get any sports at all during the summer. The slowest weeks of the sports calendar every year are behind us. It's after the NFL playoffs. And by the way, the Super Bowl is in there because the Super Bowl is great for some. And if it's a good game, it's a fun party day. But it's not a good celebration of football. Sometimes you get horrible games like the one we just got. Or if you want to fix them and massage them, they're good. And then it's like, well, you just had this artificial blah thrown at me. Am I supposed to like it? Am I pro fixing if I'm enjoying these curated games? Right? The Super Bowl through February, it's like, what's the point? Because let's face it, the All-Star game in the NBA is atrocious. It's just nothing. It's cool to watch the dunk contest and the 3-point contest, but it's like, it's kind of a big old weekend of nothing. And then the weeks surrounding that are also nothing. The only thing that really came to life this past month was Luka getting traded to the Lakers. And that's just craziness. Like, what? Okay, that feeds families for a lifetime. But for the most part, yeah, it's pretty uneventful. Really, really tough. The month of February is really tough for sports. I would say that's probably the worst sports month. For sure. For sure. What else is worse? January? No way. January, you have a plethora of playoff football games, which, albeit, still can be boring, depending on but it's still the NFL playoffs. Like, if your team's in the playoffs, there's nothing more important. NFL playoffs, January. March, obviously not boring, because from here on out, it's all right. Everything is just hysteria and erotic. I've seen guys like get a little excited about March Madness. They gotta go take a pee break, right? You know, morning wood for March Madness. I have month-long wood for March Madness. It's morning, afternoon, and evening. It's amazing. April is pretty exciting as well, because you got the Final Four is technically in April, which is phenomenal. It's amazing. And then the baseball season starts, and every time a season starts, it's pretty cool. Plus, you got just amazing NBA basketball down the stretch. Like, the teams that are trying to make it, you always complain, like, nobody cares. They don't try until April. Well, it's April, and you get to see the best athletes on earth try their hardest. The best athletes on earth play basketball. The tallest, fastest, strongest people all going after one ball. Yeah, that's April NBA playoffs. Already mentioned baseball. May, of course, playoffs continue. Hockey playoffs start. If you like hockey, there's nothing better. If you're a hockey fan, you probably think hockey playoffs are the best playoffs of any sport. And then the rest of us just go, ha ha, Canadians, enjoy your syrup, right? There is a clear favoritism among hockey fans to have the NHL playoffs as the number one postseason in sports. Everyone else is like, it's just cool to watch. And then June is just June, Sure. Well, excuse me. You have the NBA finals, conference finals, and the NBA finals are June. That's amazing. NHL finals. That's amazing. Like, anytime you have a championship, you can't discount the month. You got 2 championships in June. And then, by the way, you still got baseball. You could just go watch baseball, go to the park, go to the stadium. It's great. July, I would say July is right there with February, because what do you really have? You have just baseball. In America, it's just baseball. And you're like, okay. If you don't love baseball, it's really boring. You got the All-Star break in baseball. Yay, who cares? But as soon as August rolls around, it's like, all right, summer's over. Let's focus on football. And that's a great feeling. Like, the anticipation going into the football season. You got Hard Knocks is back. You're so excited. You get your fantasy football drafts are starting up. And then you actually have college football starting end of August. September is phenomenal, because whether your kids are back in school, you get a little free time. The weather is great for most states. September weather is amazing. The NFL, college football, your weekends are back. Everything's great. October is pretty great too, because you're just kind of in it. You're in it, and it's happening. Baseball playoffs are happening. It's great baseball. College basketball starting up. If you're in school, you got 2 things going on. November, NBA is going. That's really great. Playoffs for baseball are done. NFL is exciting. Then Christmas, it's just, you're in it. You're in it to win it. You're going to NBA games. You're going to NFL games. You're going to college basketball games. And then January, we're back there. 2 worst months in all of sports are February and July. That's it. You have the least meaningful basketball in February, and really nothing happening in July except baseball, yet it's summer. That's the truth. Did I miss anything? I don't think so. Okay, enough about me. Let's get on with the main event today. It's Monday. Somebody's winning $1,000. Who's it going to be? We've had no calls this episode. You still can call the number on the screen, 424-299-1235. That's 424-299-1235. You give that a call. It goes right to this phone. This is the Wunderfan. I'll be answering it. If nobody calls, I'm just gonna go through with it. We're gonna pick a winner. Chat, you ready? I think you're ready. All right, Let's do it. Enough flirting. Here's our deal. Okay. All right. So last week, Mary Claire Compakis. So sorry if I butchered your name. She won in Mountain Brook, Alabama. That was a really cool moment. Well, this week we have thousands of new entries because we have thousands of new users across the world, not just here in the States. South Africa has entered the chat. We now have entries everywhere. It's amazing to see. So here we go. Let me open up the pool of entries. And I'm going to spin this wheel. All right. Where the hell is it? Oh, sometimes you just get so excited about something, and then like when it comes, you're like, ah! That's me right now. I'm literally scrambling to get my thing. Okay, come on. Here we go. Okay. I have the list of entries. This is exciting. This is really exciting. Okay. Are you ready? Of course you are. Okay. Here we go. And before I spin the wheel, I do want to say we're doing this every week. Every single week, one person can win $1,000. All you got to do is got to download the Wunderfan app, enter the raffle right here. I'll show you. This is our Wonder Shop. You go to contests. It's the first thing every week. It's right here. Enter the raffle. I think it's inverted. Every week we're giving away $1,000 Visa gift cards. Costs you X Wonder to enter, and then you're in. All right? Without further ado, enough flirting. Here we go. Let's see who our lucky winners. I am going to spin the wheel. Here we go. All right. All right. The wheel has been spun. Oh, it's a big wheel. It's probably going to take like 25 seconds for it to stop spinning. Ooh. This is fun. All right. All right. And the winner of this week's $1,000 giveaway, Benjamin Rose. Wow. Benjamin Rose. Congratulations, Ben. I hope I'm getting it right. Benjamin Rose out of South Africa. Look at that. We are officially global. Congratulations to Benjamin Rose. If I'm mispronouncing anything in there, I shouldn't be, but that's the account listing I have. Congratulations to Ben in South Africa. Wow. Wunderfan is global. You heard it here, folks. That's right. Anyone on earth can enter the Wunderfan weekly raffle to win $1,000. And this lucky gentleman, Ben, did just that. Congratulations to Ben in South Africa. Remember, folks, download the Wunderfan app, enter the weekly contest. No idea if you're watching this, Ben, but you won, and we will give you your winnings in the next couple of days. Just we'll be in touch. Congratulations to you. This is so exciting. Yes, Wunderfan is global, baby. We are global. It's happening worldwide. Ben in South Africa, congratulations. Everyone in South Africa, if you're listening to this now, you see right there, one of your own just took home $1,000, and you know that's way more in South African rand. It is not $1,000 in rand. It's a lot. It's a lot of rand. We are doing it every week. Congratulations to this lucky winner. Hopefully you try and get the same luck. Try your luck, roll your dice, throw your dart. You have as good a chance as anyone else in the entire world. That's what it is. It's worldwide. Every week we're doing it. Every Monday we reveal the winner right here on the Wunderfan Show. Congratulations to Ben in South Africa. Whew. Wunderfan is worldwide. How about that? How cool is that? How cool is that? We get to give away $1,000 to someone in South Africa. That's awesome. So cool. Oh, that's great. That's the show. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you. We have someone, Billy Mathabila. I'll be entering every week for sure. Tell your friends. Tell your friends. You can enter as many times as you want. Have everyone in your whole family enter the raffle. Somebody could take it home. Enter 10 times. If everyone in your family enter that raffle 10 times, that's amazing odds. Someone's getting a big payday. To everyone who's listening in South Africa, one of your own just took it home. Guys, it's Wonder. You're wagering Wonder for a chance to win real money. I can only lead a horse to water. I can't force the horse to drink. Congratulations to Ben. And to everyone else, great try. Shoot, you didn't get it. Oh, well, if only we did this every week. Oh, we do. We do. We do this every week. Try again next week. All right, folks, that's it. Thank you for tuning in to the Wunderfan show. Congratulations to our lucky winner, Ben, in South Africa. We'll be in touch shortly. Cheers.